episode 82 of Top Rope Rowdy Ringside News, and we're opening the show with some very sad news.
Very sad news. We just found out. We filmed this on Sunday. I found out early at 4 o'clock in the morning. It was Saturday night, around 8:45 or something like that in the evening. And unfortunately, WWE Hall of Famer and pro wrestling legend Nick Bockwinkel has unfortunately passed away at the age of 80 due to ongoing health issues, and he's had Alzheimer's for many years, and so unfortunately you can die from complications of that.
Oh yeah, you can.
So that's another legend gone. I mean, he had a great career, and like I texted you before, he's one of those great examples that he didn't have to go to the NWA and to the WWF in order to, say, hey, I made it, because he was truly the cornerstone of AWA.
He ruled the AWA
for many years. He was, I mean, when you say, who was an AWA champion? Nick Bockwinkel is the first name that people think of.
That's true.
If you know anything about AWA, that's the first name you think of. Unfortunately, nowadays, this generation probably has no clue what AWA is.
No, they don't.
So, WWE needs to do a better job in educating them on the network of AWA stuff. And I hope WWE does right. Open the show with a graphic.
They will.
They at least need to do that. And maybe even, when you look on the network, it has like recommended things. If they do have stuff on the network of him, have that down there in the recommended section. I'm not saying have a Nick Bockwinkel week. That's not easy to say.
No, it's not. No.
But at least have some matches and stuff, and have those in the clip, so that way people can click on that and be like, oh, he is pretty good. Because a lot of people don't know about his history.
They should put together a good video package.
Like to the fans of my generation, if they didn't really go back and look at things and study like I've tried to, they would look at Nick Bockwinkel and go, oh, he's just the commissioner of WCA.
I know, yeah.
And he is so much more than that.
Yes, most definitely.
We go from sad news to the idiot of the week.
Yeah.
Because WWE has fired one half of the New Age Outlaws. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, no more DX reunions.
Not with him.
For the WWE, we will be one less person here. Either way, he said the same line Shawn Michaels said, so he's okay.
But I guess he really was falling in with his character.
There you go.
Because he truly was an ass man.
I guess. They're definitely an idiot, because they fired him Friday for failing what's called a PED test, drug test, which apparently showed very, I don't know if you saw the numbers. It's supposed to be like 4-1, and it was like 34-1. And I'm like, woo! Basically, it's testosterone levels.
Oh, yes.
Is what they're testing for, which means steroids. That's steroid situations, correct?
Yes.
That's what that's looking at. So he apparently used to do powerlifting, and
he's barred from that now, too.
Yes, for 4 years they said that he was barred from that because of failing that. So it goes to show. I mean, it does not help to take.
There, dude.
Well, WWE back in the day, it helped to take shortcuts like that.
Of
but
course,
nowadays, politically correct, and we gotta make sure everybody's
nothing
okay.
To come back on you, saying, I thought y'all did drug tests. Well, this guy
Right.
died, and y'all never test him or anything. You know?
And like with powerlifting and stuff, you can't take shortcuts like that. I mean, it's a different age, it's a different world nowadays. You just can't do that kind of stuff. And he unfortunately lost. He learned the hard way.
He had in his mind, I'm a trainer, I'm not a wrestler,
right?
So I won't be tested.
Right.
Well, the other people test you, and he gets out, and then hey,
the powerlifting people must have tested. That must have been where the drug test came from. I don't know exactly all the details.
Because they did it first, and then it trickled down, and he found out.
Right. Once they found out, it's like, well, that's bad publicity. Just like when Hogan said what he said.
And you notice
they say crap trickles down to him.
Yes, it does.
And that's exactly what happened. WWE didn't want to look bad. If they banned that man for 4 years from powerlifting, WWE had to do something
And
to
they
at
did.
least say they had taken action, which 4 years powerlifting, that's a long time. But, most of the time in WWE, if you failed drug test, it's a 30, 60, I think 90 days, and then anything past 90 days you're fired. I think the fourth one you're fired.
And either A, he was past his fourth infraction, or B, they decided to drop the hammer.
Yeah, they just decided to make an example out of him
So.
that shows no matter if you're friends with Triple H or if you're just a trainer, everybody's being looked at and everybody needs to be on their P's and Q's. Dot them I's, cross them T's, and do your job.
What's bad for Billy Gunn, maybe down the road will be good for somebody else.
Yes, I've heard that they were talking to Nick Dinsmore again. So they may be bringing him back, now that, that's an open up position unless they're just, unless they're not going to fill it up with
That's
anybody.
True. They may
You
not.
just never know.
They may not fill it up. You never can tell. So.
They may not. You would kind of forget that there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. That's all.
But anyway.
Something that feels.
The WWE World Title Tournament started on Raw,
It
continued
is
on SmackDown
underway,
this past
folks. It is underway. They did a smart thing. They weren't going to use a lot of matches on the pay-per-view, which you don't need to because it rushes.
That's true.
Do it on SmackDown. Do it on Raw. Try to help your ratings.
So they did what it looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on Raw, 3 on SmackDown.
Yes.
On Raw you had Roman Reigns.
Starting the show off. Triple H came out there, brought him to the ring, told him that he could, since he's #1 contender, he could go to Survivor Series and wait and let everybody else run the tournament, and then he gets his shot at the title. If he would just join the Authority.
There you go.
But he turned him down.
So Roman Reigns had to take on the Big Show, and of course, just like everybody else, he defeated the Big Show.
Yes.
And then we had Kevin Owens defeating, which I thought was an interesting person to put in here,
Yes.
was Titus O'Neil. That would have been a sleeper if he would have won.
Different, yes. You could have got different winners. That were kind of shocking if you would have done the tournament, the matches a different way.
Yeah.
But you're not going to, Titus is not going to beat Owens.
Right. Now this third one was interesting. It could have went either way.
Yes, and a lot of people I've seen on Twitter said they weren't sure which way it's going to go.
Right.
But then they come back and say, well, since Sheamus has the briefcase, he really didn't need to win.
He doesn't need to win.
Okay, that story there needs to get no real quick. Okay,
It
so he's got the briefcase. Doesn't he? But
it was
writers need to change stuff up.
True.
Or take the briefcase off.
Maybe they need to just quit with the Money in the Bank because it's kind of getting boring nowadays with the briefcase. It's kind of like the King of the Ring. There's no point. But Cesaro defeated Sheamus, and then Dolph Ziggler. This could have went either way.
Yeah.
They could have been trying to, build back up the Miz and make him look better. And obviously, with the Dolph versus the Miz, that Tyler Breeze could have interfered and cost Dolph in order for Dolph to lose. But
Right.
Dolph did defeat the Miz. And then finally, on Raw, was Ambrose
Yes.
defeating Tyler Breeze.
Which I do not like.
You didn't like that?
Nope. Breeze just got there.
Yeah.
Breeze does not need to be in the tournament. Breeze does not need to take a loss right now. And
Right.
he got put in the tournament, which he doesn't belong. There's more people that deserve it to be in the tournament. And then losing. Straight up losing.
Yeah.
So that's...
Should have been like
That's
a
not
DQ. He could have hit him with the selfie stick, something of that nature. But yeah, he didn't need to lose cleanly to Dean Ambrose.
No.
Maybe even if Dolph came out there to distract him because they've had their issues, something like that. But it's
That does
definitely
nothing,
interesting.
yeah. You have too many people on the card to put Breeze in there. Breeze does not need to be in the tournament yet.
Exactly. And then on SmackDown they had Alberto Del Rio defeated, which is a very interesting matchup. Defeated
Yeah, they put
Stardust.
heels against each other,
Heels
faces
and
against
heels.
each other, which, okay, that's good.
Exactly.
But I hate to keep screwing over Stardust.
Yeah, they got to do something with him. It's like, it's kind of, to me it looks like, that's the way I look at it is now or never. Y'all got to quit just putting him on the back burner.
Yeah.
Clearly, he's a great character. Clearly, he's married to that character now.
Oh, yes.
It's kind of like the Goldust thing. It's like, he doesn't want to be Cody Rhodes anymore.
Oh,
so go full force.
when
with
Cesaro
Stardust.
was out in the ring, and because I think they're going to have something with him and Cesaro. Because it seems to always
Which
be
is
around
interesting.
Cesaro.
Interesting.
But he was out in the audience, him and the Ascension, with him holding up signs that says Stardust section,
Nice.
which is funny. He's out there with glasses, with binoculars, looking at the ring and everything. And they make a point that Cesaro does point to him and everything. So
Well, Cesaro has continued in the tournament, so Stardust may be interfere to make that match happen for Survivor Series.
Could be.
You never know. So then Kalisto, is that right?
That is right.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Was there interference?
Nope.
That's a clean win.
Clean win.
He must have pissed somebody off.
But I mean
that little bitty tiny man beat that big old man.
Well, Rey Mysterio.
Right.
So.
And they got him in a singles match so they could kind of test the waters.
That's
maybe.
right.
But Kalisto defeated
in the biggest upset of the tournament.
Yes. But yeah, because there hasn't like Titus. If Titus beat Owens, that would be a huge upset. But obviously that man's like 40-something years old.
Yes.
He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna win the big one.
No.
But Kalisto defeating Ryback is huge because this other one, this next one, cannot be considered an upset because he's beat this man like 2,000 times right now.
Yeah.
That's not even a number, 2,000.
No, it's not.
But you know what? That's how crazy it is because Neville again has defeated King Barrett.
Yeah. It's.
But see, I'm okay with Barrett and Sheamus not winning. They're a tag team. They don't need to go on in the tournament.
No, they don't.
So I'm fine with that. Just like Titus is supposed to be in the tag team. He doesn't need to win that match. So I agree with these wins. The Kalisto thing does throw you off a
beating
little bit.
Ryback is a huge push.
It is a big push for him.
For him, being a former Intercontinental Champion, you know, so, I mean...
And he was a number one contender and
Yes.
had multiple title matches for the WWE World Title. So that does look good on Kalisto that he can
if they're pushing Kalisto as the next Rey Mysterio, which I think they are, and they should...
be happy with it.
Then, I mean, that is definitely a way to start.
That is a way to start. And you got to make him look good in continuation here. And putting him against this person, he will more than likely lose, but it will be a good match. Because the quarterfinals, you have Roman Reigns.
Starting on Raw.
Roman Reigns versus Cesaro. So we already know that'd be a perfect spot to where Roman Reigns doesn't have to completely demolish Cesaro, but you got the Stardust.
That is going to be
it's going to be bad. It's going to be pissing a lot of people off. But if you have Stardust interfere, it looks better than Cesaro just losing cleanly to Roman Reigns. Then you have Alberto Del Rio taking on Kalisto, and that right there will be a very good match. And I know the Hispanic fans will definitely eat that one up.
I think you should do those two on Raw and then the next two on SmackDown. I don't think you need to do those, all the four, and then do the next two, because that only leaves the finals for Survivor Series, which I do not like that.
And that card is not filling up very quickly.
No,
so
it's not. No.
You definitely need the two semifinals and the finals of the pay-per-view. And the next two matches are Kevin Owens taking on Neville, which Kevin Owens, I do believe, will win that. I think Reigns will beat Cesaro. I think Del Rio will beat Kalisto unless he hits another upset.
Unless they've got something big for Kalisto.
Unless they got something big for him and they push him to the moon and back and he gets another upset victory. And then Owens, I believe, will beat Neville. And then you have Dolph versus Dean Ambrose, and I believe Dean Ambrose will beat Dolph Ziggler, and hopefully because of Tyler Breeze. Because the way Tyler Breeze could do it is just like the Samoa Joe thing in NXT. If I'm not going after the belt, you ain't either.
Yeah.
And so he calls Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, yeah.
It works. It writes itself. And then we have...
we'll talk about more of this next week.
As we see more...
Because it'll be a lot closer. I mean, everything should be set next week.
We will understand a little bit more about the tournament next week. Now they're saying that John Cena versus Undertaker is set to headline WrestleMania 32. We talked about this last week.
I mean, that's pretty much it for Undertaker. There's not many people left for him to
I said this before on the videos.
Yeah.
John Cena is the only one left that's believable.
Yeah.
That could... I mean, yes, we know that Brock Lesnar already beat Undertaker. But going into his final match, of course everybody wants him to win in his retirement match. Yeah. Will he do what a lot of retirement people do, like Shawn Michaels, and lose? Or will he beat John Cena? Because it doesn't really help or hurt John Cena. John Cena doesn't need to beat Undertaker for Undertaker to leave in Texas. If you want the trash to fill up the ring, then have John Cena beat the Undertaker in Texas. That'd be that would be the biggest heel turn. The best way to do a heel turn is have John Cena defeat. Because now, look,
a heel way to defeat Undertaker.
Look, they've already got their cash cow. Their new cash cow, Roman Reigns. The kids love him, right? So turn John Cena heel.
I know.
You can't have two top baby faces. You can't have John Cena and
John Cena's character's stale. He hasn't changed thing in 12 years.
It is stale. I mean, my gosh, go back to being a rapper or something. I'd rather see that again. Because it's getting old. That's getting old, ladies and gentlemen.
I like this. I
love
I love this news. You're right. It is good news to hear. Hopefully, it comes out to be true. You know, with Hunter grabbing up people from Ring of Honor and Evolve and all everywhere the indies.
It's almost like WWE.
Even TNA's even snatched up people from TNA.
It's almost like the WWE when they were starting the golden era, the Hogan era, and they pulled everybody from AWA and NWA and all these places, and they gave them exclusive contracts, and now they're doing that with the independent scene, and I love it.
So January should be very interesting.
Because, see, here's my thing. I think it is... yes, it may be taking away from the independent scene, but there's so many indie wrestlers out there that it's time for. It's kind of like right now. John Cena's out right now. Seth Rollins is hurt. It's time for the people in WWE to step it up. So then, when you start plucking people from the indies, guess what? The other people. That's time for them to step it up.
If you're not as well known around the world as some of these indie stars step up and become well known.
Exactly. It's time for you to step up and become well known because there's room now.
If you're going to do this, step up.
Now's the time, yeah. Because a lot of people are leaving. A lot of big spots are ready to be filled when it comes to roster spots in these promotions because they need more people. So it's time to step it up for the indie guys.
But talking about Maria from Ring of Honor, her contract expires in January of the end of the year. So, could she sign back to Ring of Honor, or could she come back to the WWE? And if she comes back to the WWE, would she bring her husband with her and his tag team partner, Matt Taffen? Very good.
Because they're saying that
because Maria would help. Well, she'd help the women's division.
Well, I mean, she doesn't even have to wrestle.
She ain't the wrestler.
I'm okay with her being like Alana, just managing.
I'm fine with it too. And the tag team division would pick up.
But it would be another diva for them to have the little photo shoots and all that.
Oh, definitely.
But yes, it would definitely help the tag team division. I would love to see Michael Bennett and Matt Taven versus the Dudleys.
Yes.
Who else? Versus the Usos, that'd be good. Versus even Kalisto and Sin Cara would be good because they're used to working with smaller guys.
New Day.
Working with New Day. There's all kinds of opportunities there, but WWE is reportedly interested in Maria and the husband and the tag team partner, so that's very good.
Not good for Ring of Honor.
No, not good for Ring of Honor. But Ring of Honor has plenty of people.
Once they're out of the way, there's my spot. Step up and take your spot.
Right. I mean, because look, if you're going to lose the Kingdom, which is what they're called in Ring of Honor, right? A lot of fans don't keep up with Ring of Honor, so they won't know that. But if they lose the Kingdom, they're not. I'm not saying in a bad way. They're not losing that much because they have an exclusive contract with the Young Bucks. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's a coy for them. That's hey, look what we got. Yep. WWE couldn't get them. WWE keeps trying to get the Young Bucks, and because the only three promotions with that Ring of Honor contract that they can work for New Japan and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, PWG.
That's it.
That's the only three promotions that are allowed to have the Young Bucks around. They can't do the small indie shows anymore. So that right there helps Ring of Honor to say, you know what, yeah, we may be losing these, but we also do exclusive contracts. So it's a great time right now in the industry, in wrestling in general.
I mean, just a few tweaks and it could be a great time.
Yeah. For
everybody, from top to WWE all the way down.
Because right now you've got, Jerry Jarrett's doing this little competition thing that's supposed to be coming up. Yeah. You've got Jeff Jarrett. If Global Force can get some footing with some TV time.
You've got Jake and Shane Douglas.
And whoever that guy is I
can't even think of his name right now.
But he's pushing with the money. Yeah. In Vegas, you've got that promotion. You got House of Hardcore that just did their 10th event. And they inducted Dean Malenko, who works for WWE. He was allowed to come to House of Hardcore 10, and they inducted him into the Hardcore Hall of Fame at the arena.
And
all kinds of stuff.
TNA if they stay around.
TNA if they stick around, it's another payday for some wrestlers.
It is.
And with TNA now, they're not doing very exclusive contracts, so you know what? That allows for those wrestlers to have more paydays out on the indie scene with other promotions.
And also, you could stick your foot in the door in the WWE.
Yes.
Come in, wrestle a few shows, and back out on the indie scene.
Right.
I mean,
that's what what Ciampa and Johnny Gargano are doing because they haven't signed yet.
No, and James Storm.
Yeah.
So, and could be AJ Styles.
Yeah, I've heard.
So I would not surprise me if Hunter got AJ to do one of the takeovers.
Yeah. I mean, they got Jushin Liger, and he works for New Japan.
So, and there may be more New Japan people showing up. I mean, it's great for Hunter to do this.
Yeah.
Because Vince, I mean, come on.
You can't just keep on pretending you're only in your own little bubble. That's why they made the WWE Universe. You're not in your own bubble. There's a whole world out there, and there's a bunch of wrestlers, and it's time to quit ignoring them.
Because you test the water here. You get people ringing, oh, the crowd likes him. I mean, look at the sign of him. Or they, nothing, okay, well, you tried your chance.
Right.
Nice, thank you for coming in. There's your little payday. On back on the indie scene.
What did you...
And you can say, hey, I wrestle for the WWE.
Yeah.
And there you go. So
did you see that the WWE was asking New Japan if they could use their footage, New Japan footage, and actually show their shows on the network?
Oh, I didn't saw that.
I read that. That was a couple of weeks back, but New Japan declined, saying that they're smart in saying this because they already have their New Japan World anyway, so they already have their own where you pay and on-demand type stuff. But here's what they said. They said, oh, well, what you're going to do is you're going to use our footage, show it on your network, and then once you see what's getting viewed more, you see, oh, well, the fans are really enjoying Okada or Tanahashi or, whoever. And then you're going to pluck them while also making money off of our footage. You're going to pluck our talent. So it makes sense for New Japan to have that kind of stance.
But I do like that. Would you like to see House of Hardcore on the WWE Network?
Of course.
I mean, they can work out deal. I mean, that's good for the business.
Yes, it is. That's a pay because Tommy Dreamer says, okay, well, if you want my events, I have 10 events so far. He already has a little Roku or whatever. He's like, this is how much each show will be. So here you go. You can
get
play
executive right. You're getting exclusive rights to it.
Right, because Tommy Dreamer will still have, he'll be the owner of the footage.
Right.
But they can purchase, for a fee, just like, what you call it, USA Network purchases for a fee to use the raw footage, the raw shows. So they can do the same thing. House of Hardcore, they go to Tommy Dreamer and say, here's X amount of money, and we'll show all 10 of your events with the next 10 weeks or whatever, and this is how much money we'll give you. And it exposes his product to more people, and it does nothing but help him, and he gets a payday out of it.
And you may get more subscribers because
because it's something different.
You can't. Okay, well, I can't afford the DVDs because there's so much, but hey, I pay $9.99. I can see this. I can see the event for $9.99.
Exactly.
I mean, it works, and then you got Evolve. You can do that with Evolve. You can a lot of people. I mean, it's a smart business thing, and they've got to start looking at that. Yes, you are the top dog, but you can still throw everybody a bone every once in a while.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Ring of Honor, TNA, I understand that because it's like second and third.
Right.
But the low ones, they're never going to touch you, or never going to hurt you, never going to do anything.
Right.
I mean, why not work with them?
That's true.
You scratch their back, they scratch your back.
Exactly. So like, oh, you need some jobbers for
And you
Raw or
have to promote
SmackDown?
it.
There you go, throw them.
You have to promote it on Raw or SmackDown. You just put it on the network.
Yep. Because friends will tell other friends.
You have to get around.
But
Trust
like,
me.
dude, House of Hardcore is on the network. Can you believe this? Watch it now.
I know.
I mean, come on.
I don't have it. We'll order it for $9.99.
Exactly. But we're going to finish up Ringside
here.
News. The Brothers of Destruction reunite on Monday Night Raw and laid out the
Didn't
Wyatt
like that.
family.
Didn't like that.
Them.
Two people destroyed four and didn't like that.
But they didn't double choke slam Braun Strowman.
No, they didn't.
So they only double clothesline.
Yeah.
And he probably landed on his feet.
You know, he went laying on the chair, arms and everything. As he flew over there in the chairs, they knocked him over the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, still, he didn't get choke slammed, so it's good.
I wish they would do 4-on-4. They're talking about doing 2-on-2, which I don't like that. I mean, come on, you can't find two more people to team with Undertaker and Kane, take on all 4 members of the Wyatt family since you left Bray out of the tournament. So
it's very interesting. I don't know where they're going with it. I mean, to me, if they would have pushed the Ascension correctly, you could turn the Ascension face right now. The Brothers of Destruction, not Construction. Destruction could give them the rub by having the Ascension team with the Brothers of Destruction to take on the Wyatt family. But they didn't push them correctly, and they have destroyed their gimmick, and now they're going to go job to Jordan and Gable. Makes no sense. But anyway, last but not least, I guess this is the information you have found.
That's right.
Russell Cage. I mean, is this the thing you were talking about last week?
Yes. Where I could
The
find
package deal?
Yes.
You were talking about?
$65 tickets.
So you get 2 wrestling shows, you get early admission, you get 8 autographs / photo opportunities, and the Fan Fest.
For $65.
It's not bad.
That's not bad.
I got him free last year, but you know, whatever.
That's where it goes.
That is the way it goes.
Anything else for Russell Cage before we close up the first part?
Well, we've been going for a while, so I will hold off because we still got, a couple of weeks? One more week?
Yeah, one more weekend. It's
Next week, and then the week after that is WrestleCade, right?
yes.
The day after Thanksgiving, or the weekend of Thanksgiving.
Weekend,
whatever.
that's okay. So next
we
week
won't be filming probably. I don't know.
Probably not.
Depends on what we're doing. So I will go over more WrestleCade next week. But in part 2, we'll do a pay-per-view review of Survivor Series 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2010. He hurt his neck, so come back to part 2. Your favorite, everybody's favorite. We can't call him Indie Cat anymore because the favorite, we'll just call him Review Cat.
Yes. So where's the Review Cat?
Review Cat, where'd he go?
Don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, come back for part 2.
Right here on Top Road Reality, episode 82. I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm Justin Cobb.
We'll see you in a few.